All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best. And I'm your host, Tom Danger. This week, we have a special guest. We have Life Skills Chris in the building. Otherwise,
what's going on?
Christ James. What's going on, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Everything is good. I really wanted to bring you on this show to talk about your expertise, with life skills, and that in particular, the importance of having good credit. All right. So if you could just touch upon when you realized the importance of having good credit, and what are some strategies that you could share with the people on establishing good credit and maintaining good credit.
Can I get deep with you a little bit and go back?
Go.
To my story?
Go. It's all you.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't want to get too political and things of that nature. My favorite basketball player was Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And this is all wrapped up in credit. To me, this is how I became me. I remember joining the Michael Jordan basketball club, and I remember sending money. Now, this is money I scraped up on, shoveling snow myself.
Okay.
So I understand the dollar then. And I'm gonna tell you this one thing, right? The same bank account I got myself in the sixth graders, I have the same bank account till this day from the sixth grade.
Okay.
So that's a funny story too. But the situation with Michael Jordan is I joined the Michael Jordan Club or whatever the case may be. I don't know if people remember that. I got some shirts, I got some merch. And I wrote to Michael Jordan, and he never wrote back. And once he never wrote back, I became self-aware within myself.
Okay.
To understand that made me start understanding the world a little bit more. And how I'm gonna break that down is I learned that this is a world about business. Credit deals with loyalty, and I have to be loyal to myself first.
Okay.
So the issue with credit is loyalty. See, if you can't pay yourself back, then how could you pay your friend back? How could you pay the bank back?
Right. So
you can't even be loyal to your friend and your family because you're not paying yourself back.
That's deep right there. That's a very good point.
Yeah. So I learned that from and because it's dealing off of credit. To me, I wrote Michael. He didn't write me. I didn't get the credit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you got it, because I go deep. It's like Gary V. I'm going deep. And thinking. So let's get real on the real. We always complain about racism. But they took the shackles off of us years ago, right? I could talk to any culture, and I speak their language. It could be Hispanic, it could be white, it could be, African, it could be Black American, Caribbean. Like, I could talk to people, it could be Asian, and they could understand me because they kind of know I figured out the situation. See, in the community, they're dealing on racism. But racism still exists. But when you start understanding the system, it becomes really about classism. Right. It becomes the power of knowing how to control your money. See, what happens is people dwell on racism so much that they're not loyal to themselves, and they won't even understand how to control the money and their money. That's where generational wealth comes from. So since they're not loyal to themselves, they're not going to be loyal to their friends. And we're talking about credit-wise. They're not going to be loyal to their friends. They're not going to be loyal to the bank. And then now the issue is in the Black community that if that one person get good credit, he has to try to get 9 other people, duplicate themselves to get 9 other people so they can invest in real estate, they can invest in franchises. That's the hardest part. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because somebody will look at you, Tommy, and say, well, Tommy, you have good credit. And let's just say you have your 9 to 5 and you're working at your 9 to 5. Why don't you own the subway you work at per se? And in your mind, you like, I can, but I got to get these other 9 people to be loyal to themselves so we can be loyal to each other.
Mm-hmm.
A Little Caesars costs $100,000. If you get 10 people to put up $10,000 and they have good credit, that's generational wealth right there. On the weekend, Little Caesars pull in $10,000.
Got you. And when you say good credit, as far as the number scale, break down good credit versus bad credit on the whole, Experian and TransUnion and all that good stuff. So what number is considered as good credit?
Well, good credit to me, if you want to get a house, you need a 620 or better. Okay. So at least try to get a 620. Anything under 620, if they do, what happened we got to even go back when the bubble bust with the real estate market. What they was doing, they was giving people who didn't understand the credit system, they was giving them balloon loans. They was giving them adjustable mortgage rates.
Right.
That it wasn't fixed. So they like, we balling, we doing this. But they knew that. They knew these people weren't loyal to themselves, because you got to understand, let's go back. They took off the shackles. Now they let you run with it. They created a system within a system. They created, let's be real. When people start to understand the credit system, it's going to be less. Do you hear the Asians always talking about racism?
No.
Do you hear the Jewish people always talking, here and there, something might be
right.
anti, but do you really hit, because they're not dwelling. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with the community. And the black community, more is less, and every other community, less is more.
Right.
So I'm going to give you a perfect example. If I walked in a club right now and I was trying to date a woman and try to court a woman, I have 2 strikes because I'm at the bar buying a beer instead of being in the VIP. Right. Versus another culture.
Right.
Now, we have to understand money, right? We have to understand the investigation part. Sometimes they don't, even on the dating scene, it's all about credit. It's all about understanding. It's all about the question. We're not asking the question. You know why the other cultures win, Tom?
Why's that?
Because they don't assume, they investigate. Let me give you a perfect example, right? 2 gold diggers. You're in the club. You're at the bar. 2 women, one from our culture, one from another culture. A, B. They're both looking for a man for his money, to use him for his money, right?
Right.
You buy gold digger number 1 from our culture a drink. She says, "Hey, Tom, where do you work at?" You say, now remember, you got 2 strikes already.
Right.
From our culture.
Right.
I work at McDonald's. She drinks 2 of your drinks and she leaves.
Right.
Goes to her friends, laugh behind your back. That's why in our culture, even the relationships are not working, because of the question. Nobody wants to ask the question, right? Mm-hmm. People think people are mind readers. Gold digger number 2. Remember, the other culture, still gold digger. Want his man for his money. Want the man for his money, Tom. Tom, you buy her a beer, buy another drink. Where do you work? And then she said, "Where do you work at, Tom?" I work at McDonald's. This is how I got my credit to go up. It's just the questions of things. I work at McDonald's. Gold digger number B says, "What is your position at McDonald's?" That changes the whole thing. I used to flip burgers, now I'm a franchise owner.
Word.
I used to flip burgers, but I graduated from NJIT, NYU, as an engineer, and I set up the POS systems in all of Harlem and all of Manhattan, wherever, McDonald's.
Right.
That's why other cultures win.
Got you.
They ask the question. You see how the question, you see that?
Yeah.
The question changes everything.
Okay.
I started asking questions about credit. I wanted to know why, why are, people in poverty from, this person to that person? What is that? Then I start asking the question about, hey, do you know about credit? No, I don't. Then you hear people from our culture like, I'm not dealing with credit. You start hearing them being scared. So they fear, and they don't understand the credit system.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to ball out.
So what is a good way to educate yourself about the credit system?
What's the good way to educate yourself about the credit system? Google is the freest thing in the world.
Gotcha.
YouTube is the freest thing in the world.
It's funny that you say that, because more people will Google nonsense, the cat falling off the wall and the man that smacked the lady. But if you say, find out how to maintain and establish good credit, we're not checking for that.
Exactly. YouTube is a better university than Harvard and Stanford.
I totally agree with you.
We know but you got to understand where we go back. It's the mind state.
Right.
So if you fill your body up with garbage, right, what happens? It becomes a cancer, right?
Right.
Cancer starts to form. So, don't get me wrong. I'm Life Skills Chris James Face. I indulge in the love and hip hop sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
but a majority of the time, I'm looking at, like, even the shows I watch teach me things like House of Cards, Homeland, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I'm going in a deeper realm. I want to see how the other guys play.
Right.
I'm the youngest homeowner on my block, man.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Wow. And how hard was it for you to get your first home? Did you have to put down 20%?
You don't even got to put down 20%, man. You don't even have to put down 20%.
So these all...
let me tell you, if you, like, let's just say if you were moving from another state, if you went to get your first home, then they have to say, hey, look, we would want 20%. But if you in your state right now, the going rate is probably like 3.5%.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing, man. People try to compete with people who they see on Facebook and Instagram, and they don't even know how they obtain their wealth and their money.
Right.
Some of these people are getting things for free. Stop competing with people you don't even know how they doing it. Compete with yourself. Be a better you the next day. If you want to get a house, cut back on Gucci. Cut back on the YSL a little bit. Cut back on going out.
Mm-hmm.
Cut back on certain things. I mean, if you want to get let's just say $100,000 house, let's just say it's 120. You probably only need let's say with closing costs, everything, let's say $7,500.
Really?
Yeah. People paying that in rent, probably in 4 months in New York.
Gotcha. Now, I'd like for you to share with the people, there are some, I don't want to say tricks, but there's some strategies that one can use to basically elevate their credit score, right?
Okay.
And I remember there was, one key thing that you told me. So if you don't mind sharing that with the listeners.
Okay. Here's one strategy, and y'all don't even have to surf for YouTube for this one. I'm gonna give y'all this one. Every time you get your paycheck, okay, so for one, get a secured credit card. That's one. What a secure credit card is they run your credit. You use your own money to secure the credit. So let's just say the credit card is $300. Sometimes, depending on your credit, they say, hey, give us $100 and we'll give you a $300 credit card. Or you may have to give up the full amount of $300. Now, let's just say you have your secure credit card. This is the road to victory now. This is the road to the motherland now. This is the road to whatever you believe in is success. You use your card to pay your bills, and then, let's just say you get your check. Say you get a check on Friday. Let's just say you got a normal 9 to 5, whatever you do, but you got a check. Let's just say you have a light bill for $300. Use the $300 to pay the light bill, and then slap that $300 right back on your card the next day.
Gotcha.
Why? It's an algorithm. So if you know about computers, everything deals with an algorithm. The credit card is an algorithm. It's going to spike your credit each and every time, and keep your credit card balance under 30%.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow that blueprint, in the next 6 months, your credit is going to go up. American Express is going to be knocking at your door. Discover is going to be knocking at your door. Everybody's going to be hitting your door. And let me tell you one thing about that. When they start to knock at your door, they're seeing that you're loyal to yourself. Hey, look, he's paying Capital One back. She's paying Capital One back. She deserves to get money from us. Now, business credit cards start hitting you up. Now, you get a business credit card. See? And I could go deep on credit. I could even, it's crazy. I met a woman, and she said she had some daughters, and I was like, well, I teach my seeds this. I said, you don't always see the potential in someone, but when you start dating someone, ask them their credit. Because you get to see what type of choices and how great choices because when you have good credit, you're a great choice maker. You're a great critical thinker. Anybody with good credit could run a Fortune 500 company.
Motivation and confidence. When you have confidence, when you're financially stable, it automatically helps you build up your confidence. You know you're good. You're not walking around insecure.
Right. Let me tell you something, man. I still have chains, and don't get me wrong. I haven't wear chains in years. I haven't wear gaudy jewelry in years, man. I don't really go out like that, but I do like to go to lounges.
Right.
And I remember when I had the chains on, and I remember I used to get a little bit more attention. The attention I get now is from critical thinking women.
Right.
If I really was going to go on a dating realm, because now, remember I said in our culture, we assume. So most people in the culture assume, but it's that, let's just say it's that 10% that don't assume and ask the question. And let's just say I was courting. Hey, look, I own XYZ properties. I do this, boom, bop, bip. You get what I'm saying? Now they ain't looking at me for the jewelry, or they don't even know what I drive outside. And I ride clean.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know that because the way I dress. I wear a regular t-shirt, some blue jeans, and some sneakers. Or, when I wear a suit, but at the end of the day, the ones, let's just say if I was on a dating scene, the woman who really get to ask those questions, they will get a winner. Because they asked the question they didn't assume. And then let's just say in our culture, the rest are bypass me.
Okay. So question for you. If the listeners want to get in contact with you directly, what's the best way to reach out to you?
You could email me at hellochrisjames@gmail.com.
That's what's up. And you have a website coming for your services and things like that too?
Yeah. Website, Life Skills Chris is coming. Be dropping some jewels on there, dropping some knowledge. Got a couple things coming. I'm in the real estate market in Atlanta. We have a tax business in Atlanta. Well, worldwide. The tax business is worldwide. So if you want to do taxes, we're partner up with a couple people, But fireworktax.com.
Nice.
So I'm an engineer by trade. I deal with the computers, so I just partner up with people. And I get hired to build websites and things of that nature. So if you want to get at me too, fireworkproject.com. I'm one of the project managers for the company. I build businesses,
Okay.
and when with businesses, and when you talk to people and things of that nature, I go the extra mile. I just don't take your money.
Okay.
You know, when we create a site for you and things of that nature and help your brand, I take it to the next level. I give you ideas. I'm coming with the credit system in mind to help you get to the next level. And that's what we need in the community, man. We need more. Think about this, and I'm not going to say any entertainer name, but imagine this is going to shut the whole podcast down. Imagine if the biggest entertainer you all know, I don't care if it's from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, zeros, 2017s, and beyond, came out with a song called Good Credit. What would they do to him? How would that change the world? You may never hear that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Imagine if a song that's called Good Credit came out. I don't know who's going to do that, but I gave the idea on Tommy Danger podcast. So, somebody might. I dare you to be great. I dare you to become that brand. I dare you to get your credit right. I dare you to get your credit right. I dare you to call me up and get your credit right.
That's what's up.
I dare you, because it's going to change your life for generations to come. And we didn't even get on the topic of how I asked 20 people if they had a Roth IRA, and those 20 people said no. But I said this: do you have a checkings or a savings? And they say yes. I said, go back to your bank and ask for a Roth IRA account.
Mm-hmm.
And you come back and holler at me.
Yep. So you know what? We actually going to have to do a part 2, because this is getting real deep. This is getting real deep. And you're always invited on the show anytime.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time to talk to the listeners. And this is Motivation and Confidence, where we help you do your daily best.